Felix Biderman is in the building. Holy fuck. It's a surprise to me as well. What's up, dude? You're Hollywood Felix is what people are saying.
I'm
saying that.
We'll see.
Hollywood Felix fucking curved me like 11 times after saying I got to come on the show and let's talk about these issues.
Well, yeah.
Got a lot of people in here today. I'm gonna get you to meet
the packed house today.
Yeah, there's hella people that are staying with me. The Australian boys are.
That was the first thing I noticed about them.
They're Australian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It happens.
Yeah, it's whatever. It is what it is.
You end up meeting a lot of those people if you spend a lot of time on the computer.
That's true. They are. Have you ever seen the haircut documentary? Like where they went to North Korea to get a haircut?
No.
They did that.
It sounds familiar.
It was them. They went to North Korea to get a haircut.
Did they go to that like weird triangle hotel?
I don't know. You can ask them. Yes, I'm going to talk about cinema. I'm going to talk about everything. Calm down, chatters. Jesus fucking Christ.
In 2017, if you talked about North Korea or DPRK, I say both, you would get yelled at by people online if you didn't say DPRK. It was one of those online quirks of 2017.
They're not like that. They're cool.
No,
they're not annoying MLs or anything.
No, I don't think any Australian has ever been an ML.
No.
I mean, I'm sure I'll get yelled at in chat, but that just doesn't seem right to me. I can't picture it.
Yeah. Felix got cooked for being late to the latest Chapo episode. Don't let him lie. Yeah, I literally was listening to that.
It wasn't my fault.
For a little bit. And yeah, no, I can attest to this. He is Hollywood Felix.
No.
Even Bray. Okay, I got, dude, this is a call out actually. Bray said you fucking didn't go to dinner with him one time.
Okay, that one I did legitimately miss. That one I did, that was I can admit a mistake. These other things aren't mistakes. That was a legitimate mistake. I had just moved. I was adjusting to a new time zone. That was, no, rarely does something like that happen. I always have a reason.
Yeah.
Every other time I have a reason. That time I didn't have a reason. That's kind of indefensible.
This is what happens after he gets a positive coverage from Breitbart, dude. He gets a positive article in Breitbart. He just changed up.
That was actually very nice coverage of us.
That was weird.
It was very nice.
At first, I thought they were going to be like, these guys are sweaty nerds and they suck. And then it was like, no, look at them owning all the fucking weird establishment conservatives in a very funny way.
Because, if everyone went to a live show, someone wrote an article like that about us in Tablet, most people aren't going to know Tablet or commentary, but they're these.
They'll know. Dude, this is the #1 Kanye West broadcast. Kanye West defending broadcast, dude. We know Tablet. We all read it for the other reason.
Tablet did have that great article that was it was about a month and a half ago, and it was look, maybe Kanye said some bad stuff, but at least he's not Roger Waters.
Oh yeah, I love exactly. Yeah, that was really. That was really good. That's not, that didn't. I wonder what the author of that thinks about that now, because they did come after Bibi Netanyahu as well.
If you generally, if you're super pro-Israel, if you're super Zionist, Roger Waters is public enemy #1. Even though there are other anti-Zionist celebrities, those dudes just hate Roger Waters.
You can come closer too, by the way. I'm gonna eventually move some people in here as well.
All right.
Ask Felix about the Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. You want to talk to the kid? Did you see that?
Wait,
at the Game Awards last night? He wants to debate me. Apparently, Rod just DM'd me.
Who does?
Did you see the Game Awards last night?
No.
Did you see a clip from the Game Awards last night?
No.
We'll start there in a second. Okay, we'll get started. We'll watch this fucking right-wing broadcaster, this fucking guy. Ugh, hate him. Can't stand this guy.
Who's this guy?
No, I'm kidding. This is a good friend of mine. It's Ludwig. He's great.
Okay.
And here, I'll bring we'll look at some stuff together first. This is gonna keep moving. It's so fucking annoying. We'll look at some stuff together first, and then we'll bring the other guys in. But this is what happened last night at the Game Awards.
Celebrate the best and the brightest in the gaming industry. From the direct.
Also, my editors took a fat L on that one because I reacted to it live with 48,000 people. They should have fucking posted mine before the Mogul mail. Come on, guys. What are we doing here? We can't be out. We can't get fucking out-clipped by Mr. Mogul himself.
actors to the voice actors to the people who make games more accessible so Hasan can beat them. And this year, it was no exception.
That's bullshit. I mean, do you see this fucking asshole?
If we play, I'm not going to guarantee you anything in Valorant, but a CS:GO 5v5. We will beat him.
I'll tell you this much. He's like diamond, I think, or plat or whatever. I don't know what he is. And I've watched him play Raze while he was fundraising, and doing like a fundraiser. I watched him play Raze. It was like as bad as me. Like he is literally sometimes as bad as me. I don't want to ever hear from anyone about how fucking good Lud is at video games. Oh my lord, dude. Chapo versus the Yard. Ooh, that could be cool.
In which games? I feel pretty confident in CS:GO. Valorant, not so much.
Yeah, they got.
I don't even have a character.
Stans is pretty good too. They got Stans and Nick is actually really good as well. Stans and Nick are good.
Can I pick two of my friends who are from the extended universe?
Yeah, Chapo, FYM. Yeah, you're gonna bring. Who are you gonna bring?
Well, if we're doing CS:GO, obviously Chet. I think if we were doing COD, Michael would be helpful. I like my chances in CS:GO. His reflexes are probably. He's a bit younger than me, by quite a bit, I'm assuming.
No, he's like 26, 27.
Okay, that's not so bad.
He's not like he's no longer one of the young guns, you know, young boys. We need Michael for Yard X Chapo Fortnite tourney.
I've not played Fortnite in so long.
Apparently the new one's great. That's what people were saying. Unreal Engine, yeah. OG Modern Warfare 2 1v1 on Rust, intervention, no scopes only. No,
I would do that.
Michael will destroy them in GeoGuessr.
Yeah, that's true.
100% true. Easy peasy. Anyway, let's watch the rest of this.
I think ever since Will Smith cursed all award shows by slapping the shit out of Chris Rock, it had a bit of a weird ending. Now, before we get to what happened in the Bill Clinton kid you may have heard about online, we first have to talk about some of the people who won awards. And for the entire night, it just seemed like it was God of War all the way down.
And the game award for best score and
Someone
music goes to
God of War guy.
God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah. He talked, we counted it. He talked for 8 minutes, and he won. What's going on? Why are you guys throwing up way too danks? He won, he got 8 people. Yeah, the noise gate's not on. Yes. He got people to win 8 Steam Decks in the duration. Because like every minute there's like another Steam Deck being given.
Won best score. They won best innovation.
God of War Ragnarok.
They won best narrative. Shit, they even won best performance.
Christopher Judd.
The way that like hair plugs look when you grow them out like that, like Al Pacino has, it looks crazy.
That's
how I'm gonna look.
Anyway, they were.
I just don't like. I don't like it when they have like celebrities on these kind of things, unless like the celebrity is like legit a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
Because it's so out of place. Like Al Pacino was like, I'm 800 years old. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I can't even read the teleprompter. It's so awkward and so uncomfortable. I think like just either get like real dudes who are into this stuff and can like nerd out or whatever, or I don't know. You don't need to do that. Like I think video gaming celebrities are now celebrities in their own right. You know what I mean? This is like a massive industry now.
Yeah, no, it's not 2005. There are actually tons of people who would recognize people in this world, and like it's very antiquated to just pay a celebrity to be there to lend legitimacy to this thing that is already, you know, legitimate. You can talk endlessly over whether games are art or not. In the end, who really gives a shit? Anything could be art or bad art or whatever. But
they had Michael Madsen on, and he was he was like,
well, he's like 70 now.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he's the GOAT, but like when you have him on, Rahul is genuinely a big nerd. No, that's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Al Pacino and like Michael Madsen, who like are very clearly doing the I just wanted the fucking appearance check to cash, you know?
You could get, there are famous actors who are like, you know, fans of games, like Henry Cavill, obviously. There's Vin Diesel, like a big D&D player. But
also responsible for one of the greatest games of all time, Riddick.
Riddick was such a fucking good game.
It was a great game. It was ahead of its time. Anyway, that's unrelated. Apparently, it's not like you can't play it now, though. It's like not. It didn't.
Yeah, no, you can't even like. It's not reverse compatible with the new Xboxes.
Yeah, I played it on the PC back in the day when I tried. Well, but regardless, anyway, Vin Diesel is like a real nerd. Yeah. So Al Pacino was kind of weird. Also responsible for the release of Brittany Griner. Oh yeah, Vin Diesel. I never found that Instagram post. I was looking for it, but the thumbs up NBA. Have you seen that?
The one from like November where he's
like, I need Brittany Griner back. I need Brittany Griner back before Christmas. Thumbs up.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it happened.
I wonder what Victor Boot's like first assignment is going to be.
Oh, we'll talk about that. Just hold on. Just hold all your Victor Boot promotion in for now.
I know. I have so much I want to talk about with him. I'll save it till we talk about him.
Yeah.
I just have so many
the
things
entire award show. So it all came down to the final award of the night, the most prestigious award in the Game Awards, Game of the Year. And although Elden Ring seemed to be a favorite by the vocal majority online, God of War was crushing every other category.
All right. Game of the Year winner is Elden Ring.
Deserved. Well deserved.
And although God of War is a fantastic
goat.
game, I would argue a 9.1, maybe 8.8.
Disappointed there's no
Elden Ring is definitely the game
coming.
that deserves
They're
it
gonna
for this
do
year.
it.
It's like a 9.9 out of 10. It's almost a perfect game.
Sure, that'll be great. Not my type.
But unfortunately, this celebration of the greatest game of the year was marred by an imposter who slipped amongst them. Let's rewind it a little bit.
This fucking kid
now
literally
you'll notice
he just like walks on stage, right? He just like straight up walked on stage. I thought it was like kind of awkward when he was there with them on stage. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But yeah, he basically did a random invasion. You know, I'm sure you've seen the memes.
All got up at once. This is Miyazaki. I believe there's a translator. There's two other people who worked in the game.
I've not seen a second of
And
this.
they came from the left row, but in the right row, you see this kid clapping and walking down at the same time.
While this was happening, I was watching SVU.
Yeah, people high-fiving. Woo!
That's my authentic reaction.
And then he kind of blends in. I mean, he even starts like patting people on the back like he knows them. He's saying, good job, good job.
What does he look like?
So nobody really bats an eye. Then proceeds the speech where Miyazaki talks about how, hey, even though this is the game of the year, I am going to make way better shit than this. So if you haven't made something better than Elden Ring, catch up. He didn't actually say that, but
he looks
someone
like a
close
kid
to it.
Who is on
and you can see
like
the
a
entire time in the
season of
background is
Curse.
this kid.
But I forget the exact character.
There's even times where he's out of the camera and then kind of walks into frame, like right here.
My man's
And that
wandering.
is the exact moment he checks on one of the public monitors to see if he's in the frame, sees he
looks
is,
nothing
and
like
he
Adam
plants his
Friedland.
position. And then towards the end of the speech, he starts to notice it's wrapping up,
express our
and he works his way towards the middle. We'll look at that one more time.
最高のことができています。本当にありがとう。皆さんと同じ時代、この時代に今ゲーム制作
This was very disrespectful to Miyazaki-san. I think it's unacceptable, and the kid should be punished.
Look at him. Look at him.
We would like to,
Okay, he's
express
gearing
our
up to
utmost
say something.
gratitude
He's
to all
definitely
the
hyping
fans,
himself up.
who played, who enjoyed, and who supported these titles.
Miyazaki-sama, we apologize.
And we create the games we want to create and do our best.
Look at him looking at the
because of
monitor.
you.
He's chambering up. He's
thank you
like
so
stealing
much.
himself.
Yeah, he moved behind him. He moved behind
And
him.
that's meant to be the final word from the creator of Elden
Okay.
Ring, the greatest game of the year.
That's some snowflake shit. First of all, I'm fucking kidding. I don't give a shit about some 15-year-old kid going to jail. Like, obviously, I'm not being serious. If you think that that's serious, you have like a serious, debilitating problem. Okay.
Thank you, and let's move on with the day. Except that's not how it went.
Hey, Matan. You know, real quick, I want to thank everybody and say that I think I want to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi, Bill Clinton. Thank you, everybody.
Is that an Israeli accent?
Okay. Yes, I think he had something and he forgot it when he was up there, and he's like, "Quick, I need to do something silly. I need to come up with something. I went through all the work of getting up here."
Yeah.
It is.
Well,
it
I
does
mean,
sound like an Israeli accent.
He's a bit one note, you know. He's like he's only got the. Apparently, he just does a lot of like.
Does he just do that voice all the time?
I'm saying like he only has like the free Hong Kong thing that he usually does. So I guess like he didn't do that. The Bill Clinton rabbi thing is an anti-Semitic dog whistle. Like I as soon as I heard that, I was like, it seemed a little groped up. Like I thought like maybe he was a little groped up.
It just like he doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't seem complete. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't seem. It doesn't seem like a cohesive, coherent joke. It feels like he had something, forgot it, scrambled. Maybe that was part of something else. I don't like. Okay, you know, Bill Clinton is not a Jewish man.
That's what you think.
You know,
wow, bro.
not
Felix.
a Jewish man.
Wow. I brought Felix on to run defense, everybody. That's why I brought him on. He's here to avoid the truth, okay?
Well, I don't think. Okay, so there's other content that this kid has done, right?
Felix.
Oh yeah, he does look Jewish.
Felix gatekeeping Judaism. He does. I mean, I don't know. He's 15.
Like,
I can't
says
tell.
He's Jewish. He like. You know.
Oh no. He speaks Hebrew as well. Just spoke to the guy who interrupted the Game Awards. He says his name is Matan and he's 15 years old. Some thought his speech was an anti-Semitic dog whistle, but he is almost certainly a Jewish prankster. He understood a question I asked in Hebrew, then pretended he didn't.
I mean, look, a lot of like, I do think it's funny when someone's like groped up and also like the most Jewish person like
Young
ever.
Star.
That's always hilarious to me.
Young
And there are a
Star.
ton of those guys.
Yeah, like Orthodox, like rich
Yeah.
Orthodox Jewish family kid who
Oh
like
my
fucking
God, yeah.
goes to one of the schools here, you know what I mean? But he's like also doing like the like 4chan poll fucking
Yeah.
Jewish merchant memes. Like,
Yeah, Stephen Miller is like a deeply Jewish man. There are a lot of. I've seen a lot of groypers, like little groypers where they put them in like Orthodox stuff. I don't know. I like to see the different types of groypers. I wish it wasn't political.
I'm not
it was
saying-
just this ugly frog that everyone was enjoying.
I'm not saying he's like that. I don't know. He's 15 years old.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think he is because it just doesn't. It doesn't seem like he was being coherent. It seems like when you're that age and you like get in front of a microphone, you like panic and you're like, oh my god, I have to say something crazy and funny, and you don't really, for the most part, have that good of improvisation skills. I don't know. I don't want to call this kid a groyper one way or the other out of hand. I would like to see more evidence.
Yeah, well, he was on Alex Jones with the Amish Owen Schroyer.
Ours.
Apparently, because like Infowars, as you know, like is supposed to be like anti-government, but they also happen to like all fucking Alex Jones cares about nowadays is just like the mRNA vaccines, I guess.
Yeah, he's very one note.
We will be talking about the Alex Jones Kanye West saga as well, the Nick Fuentes stuff in a little bit, but he has like done these protests in the past, like where he does like the Hong Kong stuff.
He's a free Hong Kong guy. I mean, it's like everyone has confused politics now.
Yeah. Elden Ring won Game of the Year. We already talked about that. The individual who interrupted our Game of the Year moment has been arrested, said geoffkeighley, which is wild.
Arrested is like
15-year-old just fucking arrested.
15-year-old is crazy. I mean, there's nothing that would like fuck his life up, I don't think. But it is like when you're 15, you think being arrested is just like the end of it. I thought if I got arrested for having weed, I would like have a life, like I would be condemned to a life of crime. I really thought that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's 15-year-old Matan Evan. A Twitter account associated with Evan posted a clip of the Game Awards disruption. Today, there's a lot of talk speculation. More information will be released on all fronts sooner than later. Motherboard DM'd the account and told us that he was Evan and that he was 15 years old. It was a shocking moment. He appeared to even be wearing Yeezys, shoes made by Ye, who's gone on several anti-Semitic rants recently. Even told Motherboard he'd purchased the shoes shortly before attending the event. Evan's only online history paints the picture of a very young person with a penchant for stunts, becoming wrapped up in the right-wing online media ecosystem and seemingly encouraged by it. He has appeared on Infowars, which praised him as a conservative star and egged on his antics, and he has said that he's a longtime fan of the show and its host. Although he denied this in a chat to Motherboard. He first gained notoriety.
He sounds like a 15-year-old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when like InfoWars talks to him, he instantly goes like, "Oh my god, I love your show. I'm a fan of you guys." Like
Yeah.
just defaulting to flattery. I don't know. He just sounds like a kid.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah, he gained notoriety in 2019 when he flashed a pro Hong Kong T-shirt. But like, because of how American politics is now, like people think like, oh, if you're free Hong Kong, that must mean like you're a liberal or something. Like, no, that doesn't necessarily mean that. Like, you know, I think the Alex Jones guys are like very much into free Hong Kong or whatever the fuck. Also, is like anti-China.
I mean, there are people who are like libs and into free Hong Kong. There are people who are like, you know, sort of like broadly like social democrats and into free Hong Kong. There are a lot of people like doing it at an NBA game. Like I think about like sort of Ted Cruz conservatives love doing that. Where they're like, you know, they point out that like China is a hypocrite.
Yeah,
because
Le bisexual.
Le bisexual is a hypocrite.
Yeah,
criticizing America and not China. So it's, you know, it's all over the place. Whenever Americans look at anything happening in another country, they just, you know, go to how does this relate to us? And there are a ton of ways you can relate it back to us.
Yeah. At the time, there were daily protests against Beijing and Hong Kong. NBA saw China as a growth market and navigated a number of controversies. Clippers moment propelled even into momentary viral fame. Groups like Students for a Free Tibet brought him on to talk about the plight of Hong Kong. The incident was featured in an article in Times Magazine. The far right also glommed onto the Hong Kong protests and the NBA's response, painting it as liberal hypocrisy and China-friendly censorship. Owen Schroyer at InfoWars had even on, not once, but twice, in the 2019 InfoWars appearance, even tells Schroyer that he's 12 years old. Schroyer describes a shockingly young-looking Evans Clippers stunt as trolling and free speech activism all rolled into one. They were like, oh, it's so good.
Of the conservative movement right here. And that is...
Why is a 12-year-old on InfoWars? What do you mean? It's like...
There have been so many 12-year-olds on InfoWars.
Yeah.
You remember the famous clip from 2016 where it's like, idiot 12-year-olds call Trump gay? There have been some, I've had a lot of kids on there.
I forget that. You know, Alex Jones does run a family-friendly show by his own metric. This is his YouTube channel, apparently.
Matan Evan, and I'll be honest, Matan, I've kind of not been following you as much lately. Ever since I got the Twitter ban, but I know you haven't stopped.
Oh, and you should not be following 12-year-olds, brother. I mean, that's like that's pretty illegal.
Your broadcast. So before we get into the latest news about the latest censorship, just real quick, tell people about you know, how you came to this point of fighting for Hong Kong freedom on social media, how it began, and what you've been up to. I believe you've done hundreds of broadcasts.
Keisha, thank you for the 5 get the subs.
Covering the Hong Kong protests and the oppression by the Chinese communists. So, Matan Evan, just kind of reintroduce yourself to my audience. Tell us about your content, and then we can get into the latest wave of censorship.
So a clip of me actually went viral, I think last year in October or November. And after that clip had gone viral on Twitter, I gained a little bit of a following on Twitter. And since then, I've been making sort of daily videos, or almost daily, on how the Hong Kong police, and obviously they're associated with China, have actually been attacking innocent protesters who've done nothing wrong, how the Hong Kong police have pepper-sprayed the protesters in the face for no reason, and just other things similar to that, when it just doesn't add up. And
bro, it is fucking insane that like InfoWars is promoting a 12-year-old's YouTube page that is just straight up full of what do you call it? Just straight up full of like gore porn from the Hong Kong protests. You know what I mean? Like this is their entire page. Like I can't even.
It's just all people like getting fucked up in the protests.
Yeah, it's just like getting beat up, getting shot at with like, you know,
conservatives,
less than lethal.
There have been so many conservatives, like that was a big thing, like even in the TCOT era, in the pre-Trump era, that like there would be a 13-year-old or a 12-year-old who was like, I read a book about the Laffer curve and, you know, we should lower taxes. And they would bring him on, you know, Todd Starnes or Rush Limbaugh and be like, we found the smartest 11-year-old ever. There are like 500 of those kids.
Yeah, they used to do that. They also did like the fake AOC. Remember like the kid AOC and shit? That's so odd.
The fake AOC was way weirder, I thought, than the kids who are like 12 and, you know, were like, I read Milton Friedman.
Yeah,
you're
like
AOC is like the parents clearly like forcing their kid to do it. That's way more sinister to me.
Yeah, you're
know,
like also making your child like a villain. You know what I mean? Like you're making your child portray the villain at such an early age.
But
and you're not even you're not even doing it for like enough money. Like there's no residual checks that are
They're
coming
not
in
getting
from
shit
that.
out of that. And like the kid doesn't. I don't know. I was a 12-year-old who, you know, like read Robert Caro books and stuff. You can be 12 and like be into this stuff. I guess anything where you like get a kid on the Todd Starnes show and have them talk about taxes is like a bit exploitative. But
He follows me and Lud on Twitter. Oh God, I think he wants to debate me. That's what he said to Rob.
About what?
I don't know.
Hong Kong.
I don't know. But it's very odd. I mean, we can do it. You want to talk to this kid?
I don't know what he wants to debate about.
Dude, you're as an elder Jew, you need to put him on the right path.
He'll feel, I mean, I was arguably saying worse things when I was 12 online.
Debate the 15-year-old.
Very arguably. You know,
I
was not as well known, but you know, is he like...
I was not as well known.
No, I was not a well-known figure at 12 or 15. The internet had not consolidated yet in the 2000s.
I think he's just a politics frog. I mean, maybe.
It could be. Could be just like, you know...
really into politics. It's just like...
I was one of those kids.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Joe Biden, Donald Trump, and some other things about the U.S. presidency, and just how the U.S. is doing in terms of governmental things, and how Trump was recently acquitted, and I'll talk about that more later. This is the extended part, so I'm going to be talking about stuff like that, and then after, I will be talking about more stuff that was not included in the Twitter video. Make sure to subscribe so you can watch other future videos uploaded on this channel, but besides that, let's get into the Twitter video. Okay, and while this series is actually about talking about Biden and how he is doing with his presidency, a lot of the news in the past day or so has been about Donald Trump and his impeachment trial.
I mean,
there's something very weird about
Trump
like
was actually
being this into politics at that age.
No, well, yeah, but I was. But I mean, no, not that as much. I mean, like that can just happen. Like if you have a family that likes politics, you can get into it at a young age, especially like, you know, if everyone has phones now and computers. I mean the 1.6 thousand people that watch this in private. That's the really weird thing.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Someone who's like getting their news this way is like the weirdest person that's ever lived. If someone's like, wait, I don't know what I think about the Donald Trump like classified documents.
Yeah, let's hear from a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
No, this is like he's 12 here, or I guess it's a year ago, so I guess he's technically 14.
Yeah, if someone's like, I don't know what I think yet. I have to watch Matan Avon. That's how I get all my news. That is the weirdest fucking person in the world.
I don't know what my feelings are on a particular subject before I hear from Matan.
Walking away from the water cooler at work. I haven't watched the Matan video on it yet.
Anyway, look, ultimately, like I don't know what his worldview is, but like it's not going to be well defined at the age of 12. Okay,
you don't know anything when you're 12.
Yeah,
I mean,
fine.
even if you know a lot of,
I didn't know anything when I was 20.
Events, you just, I don't know. Your empathy isn't quite developed at 12. You don't have the experience in the world. You can, again, like I knew a lot of facts when I was that age just from reading books, but I didn't really understand things that well.
Yeah, I think he was just like faking an accent, by the way. I don't think he was like actually, that's his real accent.
If I recall correctly, that picture right there was you at the Clippers game, and that was the viral clip when you did the bait and switch. You pulled up the Free Hong Kong t-shirt. They cut away immediately. I'm sure you're now aware that they're banning anything Free Hong Kong oriented on NBA customizable jerseys. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have. You actually can't write Free Hong Kong on the NBA jerseys. I think I don't remember what, but I know there was a lot of stuff that obviously shouldn't be allowed on the jerseys. That is
I like the idea of, I like the idea of freeing Hong Kong by writing that on an NBA jersey.
Everyone is a lib now. Everyone is a lib.
Yeah.
This was, I mean, actually, talk about an old lib thing. There was a lib thing where in like 2000, you could customize Nike sneakers online and get them sent to you. And libs would write free to bet on them.
Yeah.
Nike wouldn't send them to them.
Yeah. Here's
but in either event, you know, what are we doing here? What's this accomplishing?
I mean, dude,
it's very Ennis.
Dude. Oh, hey, King. Still researching and getting educated. Like the ugliest shoes, bro. No Beijing 2022.
What is Ennis up to now?
Dude, I don't fucking know. Getting checks cut out for like speaking at the Young Americans for Freedom Foundation, I guess. Like, I don't fucking know what he's up to.
He did celebrate his birthday with John Bolton. I did see that.
Yeah, that was cool.
Bad birthday.
No, that was.
I mean, for him,
the best
terrific.
birthday.
In general, though, that's very bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you gotta get closer to the microphone.
Okay.
No more excuses. Modern day slaves. Nike, hypocrite Nike, made with slave labor. Like what is? What are his shoes? Like, who made his shoes?
I am curious about that.
It's like what? I'm sorry, I didn't realize. Like Indonesian child slaves making your shoes makes the situation very different than.
It's probably like they're blanks manufactured by like one of those companies where it's like, we're a shoe company that only hires veterans.
There's no fucking
exactly.
The
veterans aren't actually like making the shoes.
Yeah,
they're doing it in Indonesia or Vietnam, like everyone.
Yeah,
you can't like. I mean, you can get T-shirts made in America. I tried getting 10,000 hats made in America.
Oh,
I couldn't
yeah.
do it.
No,
it's tough. I don't think you can make it. Getting shoes made, at least like in 10,000 of them. I don't think it can happen.
The Alabama Hyundai facility, yeah, that one is exactly. Anyway, that's I don't know who made these, but I mean they're so ugly, it's crazy to me.
Well, those are just Nikes.
Yeah, that
crap on.
Yeah. Anyway, what is this? YouTube Kids? Yeah, it is YouTube Kids because like he's a kid, and if they allowed his channel to be on like normal YouTube and not YouTube Kids, there'd be so much child predation underneath those fucking videos, dude. Are you crazy?
There was a big Time story about that a few years ago. A New York Times story about that. It's so funny to.
He's on YouTube Kids, but also on band.com.
Yeah.
Where, the number one broadcast for child predation, band.com, infowars.com.
It's so funny for Owen Schroyer to be interviewing a 12-year-old. Because it's like every question he asks him, it's like, the same thing when a teacher asks you a question when you're that age. You just sort of repeat it back to them. You repeat their setup to the question. I don't know. I want to know what like Owen is thinking while he does this. Is he thinking like, this is a great segment?
Yeah.
But for some reason, while they allow that, they don't allow free Hong Kong, which is just asking to free innocent people from, the Chinese government who they don't want to be part of.
He said heads up for the debate. Bro, this would be so funny. Wait, I mean, this is not like even as a joke, right? I don't even think this is like
the backstory on this was.
I think someone just made that, right?
Yeah.
There's no fucking way. Because that's awesome. Two guys with the same reading level, by the way. It's fair. They're going to be doing a book review.
I would give it to Ryan's World in that event.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, Ryan, he's taking that, walking. He's walking away with that.
Yeah, if they did a spelling bee, Ryan would cook Mayweather.
Cooking.
Like, it's not even a joke at that point.
Yeah, you could put like, kill cops on there or something like that, and it's okay. And by the way, folks,
you can put kill cops on a jersey.
You could put like, kill cops on there or something like that, and it's okay.
Does Owen not realize he's talking to a 12-year-old right now? Yeah, isn't that right? 12-year-old?
Yeah.
Put kill cops on a jersey, right?
And by the way, folks, if you want to understand how to really
no problem
make an impact and a change in the world, Matan Evan actually inspired me. His action at that NBA game inspired me to take action at an NBA game, and I was able to get floor seats and hold up a Chinese flag that says China owns the NBA. So, Matan, I thank you for
own, dude. These guys are so epic.
That is like, well, like, I don't know. What if people read that as like, a pro-China song?
Yeah,
like,
that's what they did. LeBron saw that and dropped
like,
38 points, actually. Lamau.
Did you ever see the, when, I forget who the guy's name is, the guy who owns the Houston Rockets? Daryl Morey, I think, or he's a manager or some shit. I don't know enough about basketball. But he said some like free Hong Kong shit. And the people in China who were responding to him on Twitter, it was the funniest shit because they were like literally translating Chinese insults through translates. And it was all stuff like, Happy 9/11, you motherfucker. Your mom has exploded, bitch.
That's awesome.
Good. They were kicking the shit out of like Saudi paid trolls.
What is this? Gavin McInnes brags about taking down Hasan.
Was showing my Ye interview on Twitch, and we had him taken down. And he goes, "But you're a free speech absolutist." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a hypocrite too. I don't like you. You're banned."
That's so cool. I mean, not Gavin.
It was like a 4-hour ban.
Yeah, Gavin sucks. But like, when you get an Alex Jones, when you get a fave content creator noti, like it's good. It feels good, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Alex definitely knows what's up.
Yeah. Oh God, that feels a little bit good, you know? Alex Jones
definitely knows you.
Everyone's favorite anti-fascist Alex Jones.
Alex Jones is a Phileo-Semite.
Yeah,
pro-Jewish independent broadcaster in the world.
He the reason why he's anti-mRNA vaccines, as he stated multiple times throughout that Kanye West interview, was because he kept saying there can be no Jewish conspiracy because in Israel they made everybody vaccinated. Kanye,
and it killed everyone. It's killing Israelis.
It's killing Israelis. Kanye, how can you say that? He's the most pro-Jewish man I've ever seen, dude.
He really he seems really into it.
Yeah. To God. He loved it. He's loved it.
You're banned.
Yeah, what are they going to do when we finally take the gloves off? Because they've been using lead pipes and daggers and machine guns on us. We've been fighting them with big old gloves. What are they going to do when we take the gloves off?
Man. Gavin has to.
Wait, what? Is he saying he's going to kill me? What the fuck's going on?
Well, he's saying you shot a machine gun at him. He's not just going to take it. But that's interesting. Gavin, when Gavin's broadcasting with Alex, he has to know on some level, I suck compared to this guy. This guy's so much better than me.
Wait. Oh, Gavin to Alex Jones? Oh, yeah, 100%.
He has to know.
Alex,
he's just dog shit.
Alex Jones is as an entertainer, Alex Jones is literally a superstar in comparison to Gavin, who is just kind of gross and awful. Alex owns it for sure.
Alex is, one of the most talented broadcasters of our time. Gavin is, he's still here just by virtue of refusing to go away. I would not call him the greatest broadcaster. But he has to hear Alex. He has to see him. He has to be next to him on the broadcast and just know, I'm not him.
Yeah.
I can never be him.
He can't. He actually can't. It's, was Gavin's interview done in the cafeteria? I think they did it in they did it at a sweet green or something, which is pretty funny. Because Kanye was not allowed anywhere else. But yeah, bro, this kid is a peak xenophobic, art, public outrage, subreddit energy. I just hate the CCP, not Chinese people type beat. Yeah, I mean, look, it's just, he's a kid. He's really into this stuff, I guess. I don't know why. I can't wait for the fucking schizo MLs in this community to be the kid's actually a child. Yeah. The kid's actually a CIA operation.
Yeah, I'm not
this is a psyop, brother.
I'm not gonna call a 15-year-old xenophobic.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna do that today.
This is a xenophobic 15-year-old, dude.
I'm not gonna do that. I don't know, man. I'm not.
Yeah, he's 15.
Far.
It's fine. Yeah. No, he's actually a contractor, Felix. You would say that. You are CIA.
That's just those are that's the kind of politics you have if you're 15 and online all day.
Yeah.
For being an inspiration, I'm sure you've inspired other people aside from me. But isn't it amazing how we were so ahead of this curve? I mean, you as a young man, what are you 14 or 15 now?
Oh yeah, I'm only 13.
13? You're so wise for your age. Good for you. I'm sure your parents are proud. But how someone that is young, understands things, and is so ahead of the curve. I mean, we saw the Chinese censorship and the Chinese running of the NBA almost a year ago now. And now it's just totally proven. You can't put things on NBA jerseys.
Totally
you can't do any
proven.
sort of even a silent protest at NBA games anymore. They enforce anything the Chinese want them to, whether it's a BLM deal on the T-shirt or a kneel during the anthem. I mean, isn't it incredible to watch the once great NBA now totally run by the Chinese communists?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad because I'm a big fan of
The Imam of Peace follows him, dude.
Oh, what a throwback.
Oh my
The
God.
Imam of Peace is
he back? I feel like all the fucking grossest losers are back on Twitter
he's
now.
He's probably back, but it's like, I don't know what the Imam of Peace's constituency is now. You know?
Yeah.
That was like a very pre-Trump type thing.
Yeah, that was like Obama loves the Muslims because he's a secret Muslim era.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
we got a real Muslim to call out terrorism.
Yeah. Now you got Sunni Muslims like running for fucking Senate. You know?
Yeah, and Imam of Peace is Shia, if I remember correctly.
Well, yeah, he's like anti-Muslim Shia.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't know. He is another like very T-Coddy figure. Sort of in the vein of like the libs are the real racists. I don't really think that has much purchase nowadays.
NBA, which is part of the reason I was obviously at the game and I got to the game. I had season tickets at the time and I really enjoyed it, but it was just worse and worse as more and more people obviously knew about the Hong Kong movement and more people wanted to do something similar to what I did. You actually couldn't anymore and they would kick you out. Well, not kick you out, but they would probably tell you not to or move the camera away or just try to avoid it at any cost, because even in the future, after that clip, I had got on the screen again. But obviously, the second I got on the screen and showed the Hong Kong shit, they moved it immediately. And obviously, they kind of look at you like, why would you do that when you're just trying to support a freedom movement of people in Asia who are being controlled by obviously Chinese, the government, Chinese government, and these people don't want to. But I mean, the NBA obviously supports the Chinese government.
Well, yeah, the NBA wants that Chinese money. You know that. Yeah, that's all they want is that Chinese money. So tell people, though, again, you do almost daily broadcasts. I guess it's maybe not every day, but you try to do a daily broadcast updating on people on the situation in Hong Kong. So what is the latest from Hong Kong? And then what was the video or whatever that they decided, I think it was Twitter decided they were going to remove and censor your account or suspend your account now?
No, it wasn't Twitter, but YouTube recently actually went on my playlist of videos that I've had just showing the Hong Kong police brutality. And
what the fuck?
He's gotten that big before.
J.K. Simmons has already been training to reprise his role as J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man 4.
I don't know why J. Jonah Jameson is going to be like jacked, but J.K. Simmons has gotten that big for movies before.
Anyway. Let's continue
and
with
this.
this.
If you press on the playlist, you obviously can't even see it fully because it will tell you that it's age restricted. And it kind of sucks because obviously people who are my age can't watch it now because it'll just give you that warning. As you can see on the screen right now, it says it's inappropriate or offensive to some audiences. And I can see why they would say that, but I do obviously make it so you can't look at the blood because I've had like 10 videos taken down for false reports of blood. So
YouTube is now sadly age restricted my entire playlist of Hong Kong police brutality videos. Well, yeah.
I mean, they are like people getting brutalized.
Yeah, what the fuck? You're like a 12-year-old showing, police brutality videos with like gore in it. Obviously, YouTube is like putting you on YouTube Kids so you don't get like pedophiles in your fucking comment section. And then secondly, there's like police brutality all over those videos. What the fuck?
Whenever someone like gets beaten and bloodied, you do have to like, even when you are signed into YouTube, you have to click an extra thing where it's like, okay, I know there's disturbing stuff here.
Yeah.
Keep censoring it, even though
you even go and you try to walk in the lanes that they tell you to. You don't put up violent, bloody scenes. You'll censor them. You've gone through all these lengths. So obviously you're effective, but I think to me this is the first sign that they really want to permanently ban you because your work is effective. So did they ever send you a message other than, hey?
I'm sorry, that's an insane thing to say to a 12-year-old. Your work is effective.
How is Hong Kong free now?
like what happened?
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is bloody, so it's age restricted, or did they just put this up and now with no message?
There's a cold brew with oat milk actually. If you want that, do you fuck with oat milk?
Past, like multiple of my videos,
this is the best cold brew you'll ever have. It's probably in the fridge. My mom got it.
I got no message for. They did nothing.
Groyper son or Minecraft or daughter? Minecraft or daughter? What the fuck kind of question is that? 100%. Be nice. He's a fellow band person. No, I am being nice. He's like, I don't like the kid is whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, it's fine. It's funny. I'm sure he has a lot of interesting perspectives or whatever, but I can't get over fucking Owen Schroyer being like so horny to cut content with like a 12-year-old. He's like, wow, you're really leading the charge here. Like you're changing people's minds so easily. Like that's That's crazy.
They didn't even tell me that it had been.
Guys, I will always prefer instead of a Groyper son, I will prefer a Swiftie daughter. I don't give a shit, okay? A Groyper son is getting disowned.
Taken away. So, I mean, I could do nothing about it until I had.
You're so much more charitable to this kid than me. Lamau, Chad is tripping. Yeah, I mean, he's a kid.
Just
I
realizing
get
what was
it.
going on and seeing the video was taken down.
I don't even know if he's a Groyper. I think
pretty
he's just
obvious.
more
I
so.
assume that you can see this. I mean, you can't put up police brutality in Hong Kong, but if you're in America and a Black Lives Matter person or anybody for that matter, you can upload footage all day of quote unquote police brutality when they're just trying to stop mob rioting in the streets. And that's okay. No age restrictions on any of that. I never saw an age restriction on the George Floyd death video. But you get
what? Why, dude, it's such a gross thing to do to like use a little kid for your fucking own like personal agenda, especially your own personal agenda being like very weirdly right-wing shit. You're just he's already lying on the facts front, I guess. Not to be that guy, but it's like literally lying much, okay? But also on top of that, like, you know, you're just using this as an opportunity to be like, yeah, YouTube is not age restricting the George Floyd protest. Like, oh my God.
You get an age restriction when you just simply talk about the oppression of the people in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I mean, I actually obviously show the video of the people getting attacked by the Hong Kong police, but it's not like I'm showing a video of people just dying. I've once showed a video of somebody getting shot. Obviously, it wasn't a video of them laying on the ground with blood. It was them running, and I don't even know if it was a real gun, but obviously that video had some problems. There were other videos where I didn't show blood, but my guess is that a lot of people probably don't like my videos since it's semi-controversial, and a lot of people obviously in China wouldn't like it because I'm supporting Hong Kong and not China, and if they support the Chinese government, they're going to try to false flag my videos, which is probably going to get taken down.
We saw blood in the
I mean, it was in the thumbnails.
At 13 years old, you're already on a Chi-Com list for censorship. So give yourself a little pat on the back. That's good for you, man. That's good for you. That's really what this is. You could upload police brutality all day long as long as it's an American cop. But if it's anything negative against China, YouTube and Google is going to come.
I just like speaking for myself as a broadcaster, not as big a broadcaster as Owen Schroyer. I don't think I would feel good doing this. I can't imagine I would, but he seems pretty into it. Let's go.
Hit you with the ban hammer and the censorship hammer. And I think this is a sign that they really just want to take your channel out altogether. But what is currently happening in China and Hong Kong? Because we know that the Chinese are moving into the South China Sea. We know that they've been moving into Hong Kong, repressing freedoms there and in Taiwan. What is the latest in Hong Kong?
Sucks so much for
So obviously, since the coronavirus happened, a lot of the protests had to stop, and the protests are starting to come back up. Obviously, more cases of the coronavirus.
I can hear this on CNN. I don't fucking care.
The protests are happening, and more people are going close to each other. But the protests are starting to go up again. I remember the Chinese actually went up with a bill that is going to try to, I think, censor people and also make it so you can't protest. And if you do protest, you can actually get life in jail, which is very bad, obviously, because now you're just going out on the streets and protesting for what you believe in.
You know what I mean?
And in their case scenario, they're just
InfoWars used to be like,
for their rights,
David D's type shit. Now
have their own country that they don't want stolen.
Terrible.
And then the Chinese government obviously doesn't want that, and now they're going to put them in jail for life, which is obviously not good.
And it just is another complete double standard exposed of the current left in America. I mean, these guys go out and riot and rob and loot and burn and pillage, and they don't even spend a night in jail because they own the attorney generals, they own the judges and everything. But with the Democrats in China, you're saying that now in Hong Kong, if you get caught protesting, jail for life, no questions asked.
Well, not necessarily. You might not get jail for life, but it is one of the punishments they've actually said might happen. Which them just saying it is obviously them trying to discourage people.
Which is literally a peaceful protest will land you in jail, not even, rioting or anything.
Why would you do like Heritage Foundation broadcasting like this?
Because it's obviously hard.
It's a crime against good broadcasting.
How did he get this into the Chinese Hong Kong protests? Like, I don't understand. Like, how does one find themselves this into like what's going on in Hong Kong? Like, I don't understand.
You mean the kid or Owen Schroyer?
No, the kid.
Well, the kid, I think that makes sense because it's like, I don't know. When I was like 13, 14, it was really exciting to get wrapped up in like big campaigns online. Like, you remember
Tony?
What?
Coney.
Coney was a little bit after.
I mean, it was
my
after
time.
it was after our time, but
was
like
into
maybe
adult,
kids
but,
got
yeah,
into it. Is
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Well, like the Scientology stuff.
Well, kids did get into it,
Yeah.
like when they became, when they were working with Coney.
Yeah, right.
He was an entrepreneur.
What is he doing now, Coney?
Oh, I don't know. Probably fucking, I don't know, still attacking schools and shit. What happened to him?
He fell off. But my point is, like, campaigns like this are exciting when you're like a politically inclined kid online, because you do feel like you're a part of something. You feel like you're fighting for something. You feel like you're. The most exciting thing is when you feel like your posts are making like an actual effect on the world, even if they're not. So I don't think that's that weird for him to get wrapped up in this, because like. We had the Scientology shit at our time, or we had like, before that in like 2004, like internet atheism. There's all these like types of things that like maybe are actually much more cloistered than we realized at the time, but it feels exciting because we feel like we're at the forefront of a movement. It is not as weird as Owen Schroyer like interviewing a child.
Yeah. Oh no. 100%.
That is the weirdest shit I've ever
100%. Yeah. Absolutely.
People at one point, at one protest going out.
And by the way, just real quick, the Hong Kong people, do they ever burn their own buildings or destroy businesses or anything like that?
Yes.
He fucking like.
He's like asking a 12-year-old about like right-wing talking points. He's trying to cut right-wing agitprop with a 12-year-old. And also, they did that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it happens in like
dude, literally look at this, dude. This is like 3 seconds before he asked the kid that question.
I love the subtext of that though, because it's like, well, they're civilized. They would never burn a police station.
Yeah.
Is there anything like that?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen obviously some buildings on fire, but I couldn't tell you if it was the police.
Okay, it seems more of like that's what they do in America. All right, we'll be right back, folks.
It's like I couldn't get what I wanted from you, kid.
And he does what the NBA, what they just like shit on the NBA for. He goes to commercial after the kid like disproves his whole stupid point. When the kid's like, yeah,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, Matan Evan is with us.
We're gonna advertise nootropics
is
now.
Courageous enough to do it. He's courageous. It's like, are
really
you
good.
in high school yet?
Told you. That shit's gas.
No, I'm only in middle school.
Okay, but I guess you're.
Are you in high school yet, bro? He's 12, dog. He's 12. What the fuck are you saying?
Well, okay.
Probably what, like 7th,
no
8th
offense
grade?
to my
I'm
boys,
in
the
8th grade.
Hudsons,
So
the
I'm-
smartest homeschoolers I've ever met, most worldly.
To be
most
fair, they do
educated.
shit on homeschooling.
They do shit on homeschooling.
Yeah.
And they're exceptions to the rule. Owen Schroyer, incredibly homeschool vibes.
Oh, 100%.
Incredibly super homeschool vibes.
Yeah, homeschooling is weird.
It's
You
not
can't
good,
say that
man.
you can't say that on Twitch though, because like 90% of my audience could be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
I'm homeschooled.
No, yeah,
and it shows, motherfucker.
I know, look, Chad. I know kids, well, now adults who are homeschooled. They're incredibly smart people, but they also traveled the world. They learned a lot on their own. They're good people. I don't know. It doesn't prevent you from being an interesting person, but I don't think it's the most optimal path. I would never homeschool my kids.
Yeah, no shot.
Seems miserable.
No shot.
I don't want to chaperone my kid at the
So
prom in the living room. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no. You're just like you're stunting the social development of your child aggressively with that move.
I want to kind of just pick your brain a little bit, what it's like for you right now with the COVID stuff going on. I guess you live in California, correct?
Yeah, I live in California.
Okay, so here's what I want to ask, because I remember there's a couple things I want to try to pick your brain about here. One, when I was growing up, whether it was
a normal
grade
thing to
school
say
or
to a
high school,
12-year-old as an adult.
one of the reasons that I liked sports and I mean really loved sports, played sports, covered sports. I was writing for the student paper and doing videos and stuff on sports even my freshman year in high school, and it was because it separated me from politics. It separated me from politics. It was fun. even when I debated sports or, the Cubs, Cardinals, all this stuff, it was always fun. It was always cordial. It was something that was non-political.
He's literally
it was
talking
none
to
of the
this kid
BS,
like he's a
the
better
bureaucratic
health
government
therapist.
politics. I didn't want to do any of that.
I always wanted to get away from politics.
Is sports
Not
still
working
like
it
that?
now, and I don't know if I'm fulfilled.
Yeah, he's just he's
baby.
boring him. He's boring him. He's got fucking bro. He's got the Supreme headband on. Talk to him about fun shit, dude. What the fuck?
Talk to him about Yeet. You're like, he's literally, this is therapy for Owen Schroyer. He's like, I feel like I can't be intimate with a woman when I'm involved in politics.
He's about to be like, bro, I'm 12. I'm 12 years old. I don't know if you noticed this, but I'm 12 years old. I got fucking R3D2 or whatever the fuck in the background of my room.
Baton, I want
Has
to tell
sports
you
been
something.
politicized
I never heard
so
my
much?
dad say that I was good at anything. Yeah. Baton's just like, what are you talking about?
Well, that's life in colonial Williamsburg, dude. That's how it works when you're Owen Schroyer. He's just, I was always churning butter with the ladies at the fucking at the barn.
Baton, I put on a leather jacket and I take on an alter ego. I pretend to be someone else. I pretend to be a guy who's the quarterback of the football team. I wish I could, like Obama talks about, did it a bisexual in college. But I'll never get that opportunity. I feel like I can't be my true self with a woman.
Yeah,
I feel like I look for my mother.
That's how you become an InfoWars broadcaster.
It's to the point now where children can't even enjoy it or watch it without getting involved in the politics of it. Have you noticed that?
But what do you mean? You have him on because of the politics in sports?
Yeah.
What? Now you're talking. I don't even understand.
That is my favorite thing about these guys. Like they're just like they're always tilting against like the politicization of everything. But it's like that's you did that. You ruined your life.
Yeah.
You elected to be the sickest thing. You entered the domain of the sicko, being an American who is engaged politically. It is the unhappiest, sickest domain. And now you're like, they're fucking ruining sports with politics. I remember last time I was happy when I was running for the school paper. And there wasn't politics.
How come they don't say take politics out of the fucking game? It's only for BLM, but not when it's like free Hong Kong. You know what I mean? Like you're celebrating him for doing it, which is politics in sports, I guess.
Or for that, but I mean, it's like, I don't know, just the idea that it's a recent thing. They've always been intertwined. It's a very basic point, but like leaders have always ingratiated themselves with athletes. It just they're constantly linked. And his counterpoint, his counterexample is when he was in high school, and I guess like intramural sports weren't politicized.
Let's see what he says.
Is there still that kind of untouchability of sports where it's above the political fray?
Well, obviously, it's not completely above it because, as you saw what happened with Hong Kong, I mean, even I was a part of that when I...
This is my favorite type of chatter. Supreme is part of the Carlyle Group, which is a conglomerate that also makes Typhoon fighter jets. Saudis have been using it on the Yemeni people. And also, Carlyle is linked to tear gas.
Yeah, it's a private equity group. They're invested in the most evil things that have ever existed, of course.
Do you think the 12-year-old knows that? That's why he's wearing Supreme chatter? Or are you just like bringing that up? I don't understand.
I think he's bringing it up. I mean... I don't know. Shout out to that chatter for learning about private equity, one of the most evil things in the world.
I mean,
I don't think he's doing that on purpose. though. I do not think he is. The Carlyle Group used to come up a lot more on InfoWars.
Yeah, but like now they agree with a lot of the stuff.
They agree with everything.
Alex Jones is such a fucking like
just boring regular Republican.
Aside from like, you know, his antics and like being an entertaining person, he is so ride or die for like, I mean, he's basically a fucking rhino at this point. Like he's one step removed from like saying Trump is bad and DeSantis is going to save us.
When he endorsed DeSantis and then took it back, that was the most depressing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, dude, this is the guy who would get on and talk about GMOs and fucking David D shit and, you know, jackbooted government thugs coming to your school to, you know, force the human papillomavirus vaccine on you.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, oh, I think DeSantis could really, you know, cut taxes. He's just like the same as any other fucking shady.
Yeah, what the
Republican.
fuck happened?
It's such a waste. It's like, dude, you're banned from YouTube.
He doesn't even.
Why are you acting normal?
Yeah, well, he doesn't even talk about how Obama smells like sulfur anymore that much. Like he brought up zero of those talking points alongside Kanye. He was just like, hey, Kanye, don't be that anti-Semitic. Be anti-Semitic in the normal way. Come on, please. There's a Jewish mafia, but like not in the way that you're claiming there is, you know?
I know a lot of great Jews in Israel. Like, it's just fucking boring.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's a waste of an amazing broadcast talent.
Yeah, I know. It's like fucked up.
Do you remember the broadcast? Remember when Trump like bombed that one airfield in Syria? And
yeah, the mother of all bombs.
No, that was in Afghanistan.
Oh, that was in
Afghanistan. He bombed Syria because there was that like, you know, they claimed that the Syrian government had committed chemical attacks, blah blah blah. Not reopening that whole can of worms. But
you're about to get, oh my God, you're about to get the most excitable Syrian civil war Andes in the chat on both sides.
Yeah. I'm like that guy, James Goldstein, the guy who's just a fan of the NBA. That's all conflicts.
Yeah.
But Jones had a big show when that happened where he was like, I'm betrayed by Trump. He was listening to Jared. He was listening to all the globalists and that in his cabinet. And now it's just, he'll do that. He'll have like a flare up where you'll see like the old Alex, but he just reverts to being a boring Republican.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like, you know, people always talk about how Trump brought the crazies in, but it's more that he made the crazies boring. He turned the crazies into boring Republicans more than anything.
Yeah. In a weird way, he normalized too much of the crazy, but also he made like the actual interesting crazy people come across normal now. It's messed up.
This is interesting.
I actually held up the T-shirt.
Oh, we're going to talk about that in a second.
When they're now going themselves and banning.
And I'll bring in the Aussies as well. They're literally, by the way, they're big fans of you.
Oh.
Yeah. So they've just been like sitting outside waiting to come in.
Are they? They're
no, they are. They listen to you guys all the time. I mean, I listen to you guys too. It's like one of the few podcasts I still listen to is like you and Truan on.
I take part in the HasanAbi Industrial Clips Complex.
Well,
when I play COD, when I'm getting my gold guns.
Yeah.
You
have that playing in the background?
Channel. I do.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, it's you know, you're also a multiple time award-winning guest, you know? Everybody. No, Cumtown. I don't really listen to Cumtown as much anymore.
I think what they are doing now with the Adam.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since the revamp at all, but I mean, I have no issue with it or anything. It's not like they're problematic or whatever. It's not that.
In my opinion, the Adam Friedland show, what they've done is like one of the most interesting and cool and funny, like creative things anyone has done with the format in a really long time. I think it's fucking incredible.
The worst thing that Cumtown has ever done, or the Adam Friedland show now has ever done, is create like the most annoying copycats that want to be exactly like them, but they like can't really get that magic sauce because they're just not like as entertaining and uniquely funny as like Nick is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they just like, they're like the most annoying, like fucking irony poison dudes who are just like, they're just right wing. You know, I don't know how to describe it. They just turn into like old reactionary dads.
I think a lot of it, I don't know. I think like it's been interesting to watch because, you know, we started at the same time. We were living in the same apartment, you know, when it started. Like the first premium episode of Cumtown was recorded in our living room when me, Amber, and Nick lived together. But it's been interesting to watch, you know, both fan bases, because I always think like the weirdest and most disconcerting Chapo fans are where we are the only thing they listen to. We're the only podcast that they listen to. The only one. They won't listen to any other ones. With Cumtown, same thing. Because I think when, in any event, when any show is the only thing that someone listens to, it's not that they like it so much. It's that they see it as like a roadmap for like a type of person they can be.
Yeah.
It's beyond just being a fan of something. I think with like, you know, I think it's a very small percentage of both that are like that insane. But people who try to imitate their formula, as you said, I think it's just they see that like they're incredibly successful and people really like them. And it's like this incredibly funny show, and that they can like they push the limit of things.
You're calling out my chat right now for also doing that for me as well, but you know.
Well, just the time investment in Twitch. It's hard to watch a ton of other channels.
Yeah.
But they see like how, you know, they're able to be so beloved while pushing the line so much, and they go, well, you know, I can do that. I can say offensive
but you can't.
things, and they don't realize that there's like humor there, there's friendship, there's all this shit that they're not doing.
If you look, cutting edgy content is going back to my age-old fucking accent argument. Okay, if you're gonna do an accent from a country, from a nationality that has like otherwise been subject to like, you know, colonial imperialist exploitation, you know what I mean, that's been like undermined by the Western world, then you have to be really good. Okay, that's it. That's the bar. If you want to do an accent, you have to be really fucking good at it. If you want to do it like a Nigerian accent, you have to be really fucking good at it. And even then, it's going to be tricky, okay? People are still going to yell at you.
Yeah.
If you're not good at it, it's not going to come across as funny, and it's going to be incredibly fucking racist. So don't even try it. That is the rule, okay?
I will say this just broadly on the idea of like, you know, offensive jokes.
Same goes for offensive jokes as well.
This is beyond like, you know, our show or their show or any specific show. I've been on all sides of it, kind of. I've been on the side of like, you know, oh, I think everyone complaining about this is wrong, and I've been on the side of like I'm being like unfairly scrutinized for shit I say, and just only thinking about that. And I've been on the side of like trying to tailor my output to not get criticized by that. Just by virtue of how young I was when I started, I've found that like the best way to go about it is just like, you know, if you're gonna get criticized for like anything.
Yeah, no matter what happens.
You are also, there are some things you're obviously going to get criticized more seriously for. But the best way to react to it is just to do, I don't know, what you in your heart, you know, is defensible, or not even defensible, what is like, you wouldn't second guess yourself doing. And instead of like hyper focusing on the criticism or whatever, just keep making things that people like, which is easier said than done, but that is the happy medium I found after many years of doing it.
It's hard to be funny. It is super hard to be funny. And even if you are a funny person, it's super hard to be funny in a consistent manner. And if you can't do it, a lot of people use like edgy humor as a crutch. We all know it. We've all wanted to be funny at a certain point, you know. Who amongst us has not made a joke that is deemed offensive or inappropriate? I'm sure plenty of people have, and you probably don't even fucking recognize that you've done it, even if you have. But if it fails, then all of a sudden it makes you look like a fucking asshole. It's just, it is what it is. You just gotta, you know, try again, but be funny next time. That's it.
The other thing is,
or you become Steven Crowder, and that's the worst thing to become.
The nice thing about like online stuff, the good and bad thing about it, it's very ephemeral. No one remembers a month later.
That's
it's
true.
a very "what have you done for me lately" type business.
I mean, unless you have like a designated a group of like steady hate watchers that fucking write essays under every single one of your tweets about like how much of a bad person you are or whatever.
I do. No, I have those, but you know, I don't know. Some people who do that are like, they lose the ability to communicate with normal people.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, they live like deeply, deeply sad lives, for sure.
I don't think anyone should only, like, the people who like listen to me and read everything I post to try to like find something to get me in trouble. I think like if you only consumed my content, it would drive you insane. I think that would be bad for anyone.
True.
Yeah.
People are divided on how much forgiveness we should extend to people who make off-color jokes. Recently, people who say some. It's loud Puritans on either side who say all or none. Yeah, who cares? Those guys suck.
I think even the idea of like forgiveness, like speaking in terms of like forgiveness or like justifiable, I think it, in some cases, it assigns too much weight to something that I think is just, you know, very subjective, whether you think something is okay or not. Whether it's when it's in pursuit of comedy, you know, I don't know.
Okay, so as far as I think we've covered the Owen Schroyer interview enough. We've covered the background of this person enough. What was I gonna say? I mean, he's still like An old man was pushed to the ground recently. This old man happened to be an Asian American, was treated horrifically due to this fact. The hate crimes towards Asian Americans are rising and needs to stop. Stop Asian hate. He's just like posting CTV videos about Asian hate.
No, he more is just like he's on like all the trends all the time.
Yeah,
like
he's just
Stop Asian hate was the thing. He's posting about that when Hong Kong's the thing, which makes sense. A lot of people are like that.
But there was I believe there was a interview that he conducted as well with JasonSchreier, right? Anyway, Schreier through another YouTube channel, Savage Facts. Schreier picks this up and says, even is a prime example of a young person who discovers InfoWars online and is spreading his ideology. I don't think this kid's like doing that.
No, yeah. I think
he's just a Redditor. Which, by the way, I am 100% in support of our dear leader Xi Jinping with respect to how to deal with children on the internet. I think
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like the problem more than anything is phones, not necessarily like the internet. I feel like if it was you have your desktop computer and that's when you get online, I don't know. I feel like we'd have way less social atomization, way less poor social effects. I think phones are really the point in here.
Yeah, even trolling answers to questions about the meaning behind his comment about Bill Clinton being his rabbi and denied ever being a fan of InfoWars. I never was an avid viewer, nor am I now. He called Clinton a true inspiration, especially in the gaming space.
Okay,
that's good.
He's fucking with them. He's completely fucking with them.
And he said he has a lot of good teachings and that he could think of a better way to address him. He couldn't think. It's difficult to square Evan's comments with his long, detailed answers to Schreier about being a longtime fan of InfoWars. The Game Awards did not immediately respond to comments. Wait, so what did Jason say? Jason wrote an article, right? Did he write a Bloomberg article on him or no? We're going to get to like tech surveillance shit like that. Hold on.
I think he's having a laugh by saying that Bill Clinton has a lot of teachings that are even applicable in the gaming space.
Yeah. He hasn't wrote it. Oh, Forbes talked to him. So who was the Game Awards Elden Ring Bill Clinton kid? Okay. Of course, and he said he got the not tied to Hong Kong, but it's more trolling because Keighley, okay, update. All right, I've been talking to him. Still feel like he's trolling. Here's what I've been able to extract. He said he could talk about being arrested. He bought a ticket from AXS and made sure he was sitting decently close to the stage. He says Bill Clinton is his hero, and he didn't know who better to dedicate the award to win that moment. He's not being serious. Yeah. He said he did not make a statement about Hong Kong as he has in the past because it wasn't the right moment, but he still stands with the people there.
All right.
He's like, I haven't forgotten about Hong Kong. Don't worry, guys.
That's good. He's learning time and place.
He did play Elden Ring and said it was good, but apparently stopped at the Tree Sentinel, so immediately... Why is Forbes? Like, Forbes is owning this.
They're being really mean to him. They're saying he's not a true FromSoft gamer.
Fucking loser. Imagine fucking stopping at the Tree Sentinel, dude. God damn.
You barely got out of the tutorial.
He got filtered at the Tree Sentinel. What a fucking loser. Don't you know you can pass by him? He says he doesn't think he ruined Miyazaki's big moment because he purposely waited until he was done speaking to make his own statement. He's not fully explaining the Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton comment in a way I understand. I think he just like tied words together.
Yeah, no, I think that was like two bits that ran into each other when he got nervous. And I think like he claims he is Jewish himself. I think he absolutely is Jewish because he spoke Hebrew to that other reporter.
Yeah, he's not claiming to be Jewish. He's definitely Jewish.
No 15-year-old who's not Jewish
is wearing a Tel Aviv North Face.
Tel Aviv North Face speaks Hebrew. You can't just like learn Hebrew on Babelfish. I'm sorry.
Also,
you
his name
is go to fucking Hebrew school.
Isn't his name Jewish too? Like, Matan, right?
Yeah. No, this is He is definitely Jewish.
Yeah. He's committing to the bit. Yeah. No, he is. He is definitely Jewish. Okay, calm down. Just because Felix is here doesn't mean you can make anti-Semitic jokes, okay? Only he can, and even he's not crossing certain lines here, okay? No. We're in a unique environment for anti-Semitism chatters.
Yeah, no. I'm saying like forecasts for anti-Semitism in America, generally, I'm optimistic. I think anti-Semitism it's too complicated for America. You know what I mean? Like there's too much lore. We'll get into my theories later.
Okay. Oh, God. Oh, here we go.